Coming up, don't clip any curbs here because you want to open up this straight with the DRS and the final burst of curves as well before that fresh allocation sees you on another lap. Now towards turn one, a difficult corner this one. Feed the car in at high speed and you lose downforce and speed the whole way through the corner. Keep it in the middle of the track and then at turn two, pinch it in and find those apexes. Turn three, the track dips away from you. Very easy to lock up the front wheels there as well, so watch out for that. Now as the track rises up the hill through turn 5 into turn 6, a great overtaking opportunity come race day. Down into second gear, hug the inside corner and watch that oversteer on the exit. That will lose you time and risk damaging your tyres. Now in towards turn 7, a flat out left-hander. Ease it back though because the right-hander that follows tightens up right at the exit. And you want to keep the car to the right-hand side here to open up turns 9 and 10. This fantastic double left corner, not running out too wide on the exit curb there. That will spit the car off or potentially come race day when the rear tyres are worn. Now towards the tight left-hander of turn 11 and 12. This right corner is very tricky to feed the power on. It's the opposite of turn 1 where you're building up the speed through the corner and you get that luxury of the downforce build up as you exit. Now on the run down towards turn 14, this long back straight, DRS is open, a brilliant overtaking opportunity come race day as well, and one that's very hard to defend if you're in front. Now first gear, one of the tightest corners on the track, 50 miles an hour roughly at the apex, and as you run up the hill towards the final corner, you don't want to take too much of the curb there. It's very sharp on the left hand side, and let the car run out all the way and a bit more towards the start finish line.
What is happening, guys? My name is GE5Man21 and we are here for round 3 of the WRL League here at Shanghai in China. A very popular track this is, first built in 2003 but first raced in 2004. Capacity is 400,000 people turning up in the event and it doesn't fail to impress. Hopefully this season, or its first season, we'll have some great racing today. Right, so without further ado, let's get to the qualifying results. Let's have a look at the grid then, and as you can see, once again, F1 Extremist is on the pole position. Pitmat is alongside him in second, with Nick BHD making his debut in third. Conan Photo 141 is in fourth, with Bossman Sean 12 in fifth. XXOTGXX is in sixth, with Connor 212 in seventh. John Doria 207 was disappointed with 8th position, and Red Gems 22 is in 9th. And the other 7, Bad Boy Dills, FPM 856 and FTKP3, Aruba Duck 1997, Ballboy 57, F1 Guy 2012, Alec Dan Estate, and New Boy F1 Petrolhead, who is replacing X-Killer X because he has pulled out. All 7 of them did not start. Right, without further ado, let's get to the race. So here we are then, here in China. Anyway, it's going to be a good run down to turn 1. It's going to be tight. Let's hope for no crashes. So today we have views from John W207 and Pitmat. OTG was supposed to send footage, but his PC is unfortunately broken. 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out, and away we go here in China. Right, I'm bored with John now. He seems to get a decent start. He hasn't lost any positions. And now he's trying to go down the inside of Connor, and I believe he's done so. And there's contact between OTJ, Nick, and Bossman Sean 12. That incident's going to have to be investigated after the race. And John has moved up into 6th place. He hasn't got ahead of Connor, unfortunately, as Nick has got back on the track, as has Bossman. And I believe Red Jams has also made a mistake as well, which is kind of costly now. John having a look at Connor, and there's OTG having a fight with Conan, a bit of argy-bargy there, having a look at Connor down the inside into this corner here, and he has done it. John up into 5th place. Now can he set his sights on Conan, as OTG has passed Conan for 3rd position, going through this corner now, and he's going wide. He's losing the control of the car, and Connor slips down the inside to take that 5th place back off, as now we've got a replay from Pitmat's start, and he seems to get a good start. He's on the inside of F1 Extremist, and side by side they go into turn 1. Does he take the lead? That's the question. Turn 2. This is classed as turn 2. He's on the inside. It does look like he's done it, but F1 Extremist still side by side This is a great scrap at the beginning between these two at the start. Bit of argy-bargy there between them. Now, down here, into this little right-hander. Pitman has the inside line. Surely he's got the lead. But F1 Extremist breaks a little later. Bit of contact. And luckily he didn't spin F1 Extremist. But F1 Extremist keeps the lead. So great racing from the pair of them. But Pitman is now in a Force India sandwich. He's still having a look. But I think F1 Extremist has got it covered. Matt started on the soft tyres and F1 Extremist is on the primes. And John's also on the primes as well. He's gone wide. Nick is going for that 6th place. Side by side they go. Round turn 3. And round the outside action, Nick moves up to 6th place. So he's making a comeback, Nick Beers, from 3rd. He started 3rd and then made the contact. Now, John under pressure from Bossman Sean. Bossman on the outside. And he's taken 7th place. I'm guessing it's because John is on the prime tyres. A bit of lag there from Bossman. But John has the DRS, as has Bossman. Into the hairpin. Bossman breaks a little later. And Bossman keeps the 7th place. And, oh! F1 Extremist has destroyed the car. The race leader has destroyed the cars. I believe that's F1. No, wait. That is whoever that was. Someone went in the pits. I believe it is. It looked like Connor to me who went in the pits. I haven't got a clue. So someone's been in the pits. We have a look at a replay here, and there was lag there from F1 Extremist. So Pitman was having a look at him down the inside of the second to last corner, and I believe it did look like he got the position. But F1 Extremist stuck to the outside, and Matt gave him some space, which is good. OTG and Conan were still fighting. Down into the last corner, Matt gives him the space, and then F1 Extremist just loses it and ends up in the wall. And OTG is in the lead. So I'm guessing it was Connor who was coming to the pit. No, it wasn't Connor. Connor's now coming into the pit. So who was it? It was in the pits. It wasn't Bossman, because Bossman was just ahead. I'm guessing it might have been as Conan outbreaks himself. They're trying to find a way past Pitmat, but Pitmat keeps that 2nd place. So who was it that came into the pit? Says it looks like F1 Extremist is disconnected. And oh, contact there! Contact between Conan and Pitmat. Conan's lucky he didn't push Pitmat up the wall, so no investigations there. As Pitmat then comes into the pits, I believe his tyres are off. So who was it that came into the pits when F1 Extremist crashed? I'm trying to think who is in this race at the moment. As the mechanics are, as Ferrari mechanics are doing something on Bossman Sean's car. Bossman Sean's in the pits, and John's going to move up to 3rd because Pitmat's in the pits. And there's the Sauer mechanics. Now who was it who went in the pits earlier? I couldn't tell who it was. My suspicion is that it might have been, let me think, it might have been, was it Nick? I don't think it was Nick. Actually, it must have been Nick. I think it was Nick who went in the pits, actually. Yeah, it must have been Nick. As Pitmat rejoined in 5th, but now Nick B lets him through, and Pitmat up to 4th position. And now, Pitmat all over the back of John, but John's coming into the pits anyway. So Pitmat goes up to 3rd. John doesn't have the pace of the leaders, but he's hoping to stay ahead to leapfrog Connor at this rate. And soft tyres are going on. Pitmat sets the fastest lap of the race. And it was a 3.168 stop, so a good pit stop from the McLaren mechanics. Have they got their man ahead of Connor? No, they haven't. In fact, Connor's too far ahead. But John has stayed ahead of Nick. And Nick's actually in the pits. So, I don't know who was in the pits then. So Red Jams moves up to 7th. As Pitmat now takes the lead. He has leapfrogged OTG and Conan. And Pitmat is a long way ahead. He must have had some good outlaps. And now he is in the lead. As Connor comes into the pits again. So that's the 2nd stop there. So John's up to 5th position. As we go on the last corner. And a bollard glitch. A bollard glitch there. And John has got to be careful because Nick's catching. He's gone wide. He's gone wide on lap 13. And Nick's there. Nick is there to pounce on the inside. Nick has got some oversteer, as has John. But Nick moves up to 5th position. So that was close stuff. They nearly made contact there. As Red Jams destroys his vehicle. After a disappointing day. He was a lap down anyway. Is right on board with John now on the last lap, trying to get back Nick, but he's gone wide, and Connor moves up to 6th, and oh, contact there between Nick and Connor. Connor is so lucky he didn't spin Nick there, but he did let him go. he didn't get past Nick, but now he's having a look at Nick for 5th place, and he's done so. Now John, can he find a way? No, as Pitmat comes around the final corner to win the Chinese Grand Prix, the 3rd different winner, and it's contact, and John spun it. Sorry for the cut-off at the end. So here are the results then. Pitmat won the race only by 4 seconds ahead of OTG, who finished 2nd. Photo 141 keeps his lead in the championship after finishing 3rd. Bossman Sean 12 finished 4th, his highest position in the league. Connor 212 finished 5th, with Net BHD coming back from 6th. John Dewey 27 spin means he cost himself a chance to get 6th and could only finish 7th. Red Jams 22 finished 8th despite retiring, and F1 Extremist finished 9th despite retiring and disconnecting. And the other 7, Bad Boy Dills, FPM 856 and FTKP3, a Rubber Duck 1997, Ballboy 57, F1 Guy 2012, Alec Down of State and F1 Petrolhead, all 7 of them did not start. And the fastest lap of the race went to Pitmat with a 1:37.472. That is the new lap record. Let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship, and as you can see, Conan still leads. But thanks to Pitmat's win, Pitmat moves up to 2nd and is now only 6 points behind the championship leader. OTG moves up to 3rd thanks to his 2nd place. F1 Extremist's retirement means he drops down to 4th. John Dewey 27 drops down to 5th, with Connor 212 now only 2 points behind John in 6th. Bossman Sean moves up to 7th, although technically tied with Red Jams 22, who has dropped down to 8th. Nick BHD is in 9th on 8 points, so he moves up 1 position. And the other 7, Bad Boy Dills, FPM 856 NFTKP3, a Rubber Duck 1997, Ballboy 57, F1 Guy 2012, Alec Down Estate, and F1 Petrolhead, who's got an up position as he's just joined the league. All 7 of them are yet to get off the scoring board. Let's have a look at the Constructors' Championship, and as you can see, Mercedes still lead the Constructors, but their gap has now been cut to just 8 points. The gap has now increased, to 8 points ahead of Force India. Sauber is still in 3rd, with McLaren 20 points behind in 4th, and still remain in that position. Bossman Sean's 4th place today means Ferrari move up to 5th, despite being tied with Toro Rosso, who dropped down to 6th. Red Bull get off the point scoring board in 7th, and Williams are still yet to get off the point scoring board, as they're still on 0 points. Here are the concluded racing incidents. Here is something new we are introducing called the penalty points board. So on that note, we'd like to say thank you for watching this race. The next time we'll see you, it will be at Imola for the San Marino Grand Prix. And it is the first of 4 classic tracks here in San Marino. Well, it's technically not in San Marino, as it is in Italy, but because there's already an Italian Grand Prix on the calendar, they have decided to name it to the closest country there is to Italy, or to be precise, the country that is in Italy, the San Marino Grand Prix. So, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you next time for the 4th round of the WRL season. Goodbye.